Hey, what's up guys, it's Anthony from paintthemoon.org, and today I'm bringing you guys another portable vaporizer comparison. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Haze V3 and the Crafty. These are both great options for anyone looking for a portable vaporizer, but they both do have some key differences, and that's what we're going to be looking into today. So in this comparison, we're going to be looking at each of the vape's ease of use, temperature control, vapor quality and efficiency, the portability, and finally the battery life. Well, with all that said, let's jump right into the ease of use with both these vapes. Now, both of these vaporizers, they differ a little bit in how you actually operate them. All of the control for the Haze V3 is actually done on the device itself, while the Crafty, some of the operation for this unit is done actually from the companion smartphone app that Stores and Bickle provides with the Crafty. From an ease of use standpoint, what this means is that when you're using the Crafty, when you just want to like change temperature or something, you actually have to take out your cell phone, open the app, and adjust the temperature that way. It's unlike the Haze V3 where you can actually adjust the temperature on the device on the fly itself rather than having to pull out your smartphone. Now it's pretty straightforward how you power on the Crafty. You just press the orange button on the front. Now the Haze V3s are just a little different. The way you actually power this on is you rotate this top piece either clockwise or counterclockwise, and there's going to be either a colored in circle or an outline of a circle depending which way you turn the mouthpiece, and that's going to represent which oven you're actually heating up. Something we haven't mentioned yet is the fact that the Haze V3 offers two different ovens that you can pack with separate materials, and this allows you to effectively vape two ovens without having to repack the Haze V3. Now when you're actually getting ready to prepare a session with dry herbs, it's a little different. The Crafty, you really don't have to do anything special with this one. Really just a coarse grind from normal 4-piece grinder is really all you need. You can grind finer to get better results with this, but it's really not necessary. The vapor production you get with this, which is a normal coarse grind, is really more than sufficient, and the extra performance you get from the finer grind really isn't worth the extra maintenance in my opinion. The Haze V3 on the other hand, this is primarily a conduction vaporizer, and as such it operates better. You get better vapor production in general with a finer grind, and I found it more necessary to grind my material finely with the Haze V3 as opposed to the Crafty. So from an ease of use standpoint, all this means is just grind this up normal, and if you're about to use the Haze V3, you might want to turn your grinder upside down and grind it that way so you can get a little more of a fine grind as opposed to a coarser grind. Now with both these units, you really don't have to put much thought in how you're drawing from them. With the Haze V3, I found it necessary to just give it a slow to medium draw, nothing too crazy. If you draw too aggressively from this, I find that the actual vape doesn't really keep up with the really fast draw speed, so vapor production isn't what it should be. So like most conduction vapes, I find like a medium draw speed is really what you want with the Haze V3. No longer than 15 seconds is really all you need for draw length to actually get like a good cloud from this unit. The Crafty, all around, no matter what way you draw from it, you're going to get a stupid vapor cloud from it regardless. You can draw from this super aggressively, super slow, you can take short shallow puffs or super long draws. Whatever your preferred method of drawing is, the Crafty will complement it fine and will give you excellent vapor production. Now when it comes to cleaning both of these vapes, I find they both do require a little bit of effort to get fully clean. However, I found the Haze V3 was a lot easier in general. The Crafty's cooling unit comes apart into 3 pieces and 3 O-rings, and let me tell you, unless you clean this thing religiously, it's a pain in the ass to get it pristine. Even after a long soak, there's always some residual oil caked into the grooves and channels of the cooling unit, and typically I'll give this a clean every 4 to 6 weeks. If you clean it more frequently, I imagine the process would be easier, but it's just too inconvenient for me to take this thing apart every week to clean it, so it's usually like a monthly thing for me. And I know people let it go a lot longer, but in my experience the mouthpiece gets really sticky and flavor and draw resistance all around just gets diminished. I found the cleaning process of the Haze V3 to be a lot simpler than the Crafty. All you have to do is moisten a cotton swab with isopropyl alcohol, go through the vapor path with the mouthpiece removed, swab out the ovens, and just give the mouthpieces a wipe down with a paper towel moistened with isopropyl alcohol. It's really easy, doesn't take long, and there's really no disassembly required to cleaning this unit. For ease of use, I find the Haze V3 is just overall an easier design for me to use. All of its functionality is on the device itself, its cleaning process is easier, and really grinding your herb more finely isn't that much effort as opposed to just grinding it coarse for the Crafty. Okay, now we're going to talk about temperature control, and this is where these two units differ very greatly. For starters, we're going to talk about the Haze V3. This comes with 4 different preset temperature settings, which are 365 degrees Fahrenheit, 385 degrees Fahrenheit, 395 degrees Fahrenheit, and then finally 420 degrees Fahrenheit. You adjust the temperature of this unit by first powering on the unit as such, and tapping this top button here to cycle through the 4 temperature settings. Unlike the Haze, the Crafty actually offers a fully adjustable temperature spectrum, which is available from the companion smartphone app. Now, something also the Crafty lets your users do is set a boost temperature, which is a temperature increase modifier, like plus 20 for example. You could be vaping at 380 degrees, activate the boost temperature, and then you're effectively then vaping at 400 degrees because you set the boost temperature to plus 20 from the app. It doesn't have to be plus 20, it could be plus 5, plus 10, plus 15, really whatever you want it to be, up to a maximum temperature of 410 degrees Fahrenheit. The way you simply activate the boost mode is when the unit's already powered on, just hold the orange power button and it'll begin heating up to the boost mode. For temperature control, I'd give it to the Crafty. If you don't mind using your smartphone, you just have so many more options when it comes to what temperature you want to vape at when using the Crafty. That's not to say the Haze V3 covers a bad spectrum or anything, it really covers all the points you'd want to vape at, but I just find the Crafty offers more customization for the user. Alright, now let's talk about the vapor quality and efficiency of these two vapes. The Haze V3 is primarily a conduction vaporizer, while the Crafty is utilizing a hybrid of conduction and convection heating to vaporize your material. Now, the Haze V3 for starters has many methods of packing the 2 ovens it comes with. For starters, you have the convection screen, which I found to be the most flavorful and smooth option while using the Haze V3. Then you also have the conduction screen. I found this overall offered the best vapor production and extracted my material the fastest. Now, something else you also have for dry herb are these handy dry herb cans. These are really great for on the go because you can buy a couple of these and preload them before going out for a day, and they're also a good compromise between the conduction and convection screens in terms of vapor production and flavor. Also, you can load more in these. Typically, you can load 0.2 in one of the convection or conduction screens, but you can actually get close to 0.3 if you grind finely packed into the dry herb cans, which will give you better vapor production. And finally, we have the concentrate cans for concentrates. We're going to go into the concentrate vapor in just a second, though. Overall, every method of loading the Haze V3 offers a great experience. Personally, I prefer the convection screens, but it's really all preference as to what features you're looking for. With the Crafty, I found flavor and vapor production to just be all around better than the Haze V3. The Crafty offers some of the most consistent vapor I've ever experienced in a session style vaporizer in general. The Crafty, Mighty, and Cloud Eva are the only session vaporizers I've used that really maintain a consistent flavor and vapor production throughout the session without much effort on the user's part. With both of these vapes, I found the 380 degrees Fahrenheit range to be my preferred temperature. Temperature setting 2 on the Haze V3 offers great flavor, but I like to bump it up to setting 3 for better vapor production and to finish off a session. With the Crafty, I like to stick to 380 and go up to about 400 to finish off a session with the boost temperature. As both these are higher end vaporizers, they both do efficiently vaporize your material as we all hoped they would. You aren't left with much after you're done with a session with both of these, and they both work well with small amounts of material. The Haze V3 loads about 0.2 in each of its ovens, while the Crafty loads about 0.2 or 0.3 depending how fine you grind your material. You can also get away with loading a lot less in the Crafty if you use the concentrate pad to fill out space in the oven. You can get away with loading like a small amount, like 0.1 even. Great for someone with a smaller tolerance or someone who's not looking to commit to such a long session. Now, both the Haze V3 and the Crafty offer great concentrate vapor, but I found I enjoyed the Crafty's just a bit more. I feel the flavor that the Crafty produced was a true representation of the concentrates I put through it. That's not to say the Haze V3 isn't good with concentrates either. It's fantastic, especially when considered to like a wax pen, but I just found the Crafty to be all around better in this department. For vapor quality and efficiency, I'd say the Crafty is the clear winner. It and its big brother the Mighty offer the best vapor quality out of any session style portable I've ever used. Now that brings us to portability. Both these vapes are small and they're about the same mass, but they're really just shaped differently. I've had no issues fitting either of these vapes in my pocket or really bringing them on the go in general. They both fit well in the hand and they both overall are really portable. Really for portability, honestly guys, I would say these are really about equal in terms of portability and how easy they are to hold and transport. Now last but certainly not least, we're brought to the battery life of these two units. Now this is where the Haze V3 really excels. The unit is shipped with 2 interchangeable 18650 batteries that allow you to effectively double your battery life, or just flat out replace one of the batteries if one should fail or just stop holding a charge. I found the batteries that are included with the Haze V3 offered about an hour of usage or 4 sessions. The batteries also take about 2.5 hours to fully charge respectively. Now in terms of battery life, the Crafty is about the same. It offers about an hour of use per charge, or 2 to 4 ovens depending how you vape. In my experience, you need about 2 hours for the Crafty to fully recharge, and the battery is also not replaceable in the Crafty. So what this means is that if the battery fails in your Crafty, you'll have to send it in for servicing from stores in Bickel to get it replaced, or if you're just on the go and you want to replace your battery just so you can get more battery life, you really can't do that. Something you can do with the Haze V3, however. It really just makes it an all-around better portable vaporizer when you have the option of bringing extra batteries with you when you're on the go. So for battery life, I think the clear winner is the Haze V3. It offers replaceable batteries, and the range you can go with this if you have a couple batteries with you is really ridiculous. This thing can last you all day or a few days if you just bring enough batteries with you. You're only limited by how many batteries you have with you, and that's really something I love about vapes with replaceable batteries. So in the end, you really can't go wrong with either of these vapes, but as you just learned, there are some differences, and that will make each of these vapes appeal to slightly different people. I found the Haze V3 to just be the all-around better portable vape. It offers dual ovens, comes with some handy dry herb cans, and the replaceable batteries just make it a great option for someone who's always on the go and not looking to carry a lot with them. The Crafty, I feel, just offered better vapor quality, and if you're looking for something for both home and on-the-go use, I think this would be the better option. The better vapor quality is really worth sacrificing battery life if you won't be using the Crafty as much on the go, in my opinion. With all that said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I did do a full rating comparison of these vapes on our website, paintthemoon.org, where you can get a little more of a detailed comparison between the Haze V3 and the Crafty. Well, until next time, I hope to see you guys here again at paintthemoon.org. Hope you have a good one, guys. Peace.